Want to activate and try and get something. Here we go.
Oh, jab!
Oh, and he puts out! NuckleDu is your Capcom Cup champion.
What?
This young man. He was the US regional champion, and now you can say that NuckleDu is the best, without a doubt, Street Fighter V player in the world.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Born Free here, and I am here with the world champion NuckleDu, Liquid NuckleDu in fact. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm alright, yeah. We're at final round. Alright, so at the moment you're playing Mika and Guile.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite between the two?
I believe Mika's more fun because Capcom kind of took away the cool combos from Guile, so it's not as fun anymore. But Mika, I favor her more right now.
Okay, that's it. That's interesting. Talking of characters, obviously we've got a balance patch coming up. Are you concerned at all, worried, or got hopes for Guile and Mika?
It would be cool if they gave Mika her the wall bounce back. I didn't think that was a problem. I think it was the speed of the forward meeting punch that was the problem, and it being safe on block. So if they could give that back, that'd be pretty fun again. I really hope they nerf Urien and Balrog. You don't understand the amount of training I did the past few days just for Balrog. Like, I didn't practice against anyone else, just for Balrog. So, and I'm glad it paid off. I was able to beat Alucard and Smug, but it was close. So, yeah, Urien, Balrog, Guile, Cammy, and Laura are the five. I think that needs to be toned down a little bit, or they can make everyone else stronger. That'd be cool too.
What about Karin? Did you say Karin?
No, Cammy, Urien, Balrog, Laura.
You think Karin's in a good is okay?
She's very strong, but there's nothing that's unavoidable, you know?
Okay.
So Urien, there's certain things you just cannot control.
Okay, talking of Karin, we're kind of moving around a little bit here, but why not? Talking of Karin, have you played Punk? Because he's the new kid on the scene. Have you played him yet?
Yeah, I played him at NA Regional Finals, and I also played him at NEC. So we played twice. And we're 1-for-1 right now.
1-for-1. Okay, so as a spectator, I would actually love to see that match in top 8 or at some point during top 8. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Does he obviously if you're 1-for-1, he offers you a challenge. There are other players here today that you consider your biggest challenge?
Itabashi.
Itabashi. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like historically, Guile has always beaten Zangief, but Itabashi is just a player, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to factor in just the matchup because Itabashi is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like calculated crazy.
He's crazy. He headbutts Aegis reflectors.
Yeah, that's crazy.
for Mita.
Yeah, he's really good, so I don't want to play him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, we're going to be looking out for that. What are your thoughts on Season 2? I mean, we sort of covered this a little bit. You've talked about the characters that are being nerfed. Does Season 2 feel really different to Season 1? And if it does, why?
I honestly forgot how Season 1 was.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this then. Since you talked about training, I'll be honest with you. When I've spoken to you in the past, when I've seen you around and stuff, and the way you are, I kind of always was like, does he train? Like, literally that went through my head. Like, does he actually train? Like, how methodical is he? How scientific is he? How emotional is he? Like, how would you describe, what is your training schedule?
Yeah, so I don't play online 24/7. So what I do is, before a tournament, 4 days before a tournament, I'll practice those 4 days, but like 2 or 3 hours each day. Because if you practice the whole month just for one tournament, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to get bored. And I felt that way before, and it sucks. So that's why I only play 4 days right before a tournament, and I don't push it. It's like two hours each day. And then I feel really refreshed after playing for 4 days. Come into a tournament, have new ideas, and it works out pretty well.
Okay, and then you take like little breaks. Do you think the breaks, your brain is kind of working away in the background on things? Like you come back and you figured something out?
Yeah, so I take breaks because I'll be in the shower or I'm cooking and I'll think of something. I'm like, oh, that might work. And then the next day I'll try. I won't try it the same moment. So I'll try it the next day, and then if it works, then it works. But yeah, I always come up with new ideas after I finish playing for like 2 hours. And then I'll try it.
Hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, it's good to know that you. And how much time do you spend like looking at videos or frame data? Like, are you scientific? Do you look at a lot of frame data?
Last year I did, yes. This year, not really. I haven't really saw any player that I wanted to watch. So, unless there's like a player overseas where it's just blowing everyone up, then yeah, I'll probably pull up a Zeta and see what's going on. But right now, I have a good understanding of what's going on with everyone. So.
Okay. And so when you I want to go back a little bit in your life actually. The story is that everyone knows is that your uncle used to beat you at fighting games, right?
Yes.
And I have no idea how good he is, but I imagine he was really good, right? So when you decided you didn't want to get beat anymore, what did you do at that time?
Yeah, so when he was beating me, I didn't ever play fighting games. I hated the concept of just up, down, left, right. I was a kid. So when he beat me, I bought my own PS3 with money I didn't have. I bought Street Fighter 4 and I trained every day.
How did you go about training initially? Like, because it's probably very different now.
Yeah, I just played online. You know, it's not the same routine as it is now. But I just played online because, you know, I wasn't any good. So I had to learn the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I eventually invited him over to my house, and we played, and I won. And I felt so good.
And were you playing Guile at the time?
I was playing Ryu.
You were playing Ryu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So you learned, as everyone does, you learned through Ryu.
Yes.
That's super cool. I did not know that. That's awesome. Okay, what are your hopes for Street Fighter 5 in the future, generally, like as a game, or in the FGC?
I want it to be more esports. Like esports always fascinates me. Like I want it to be bigger crowd, more prize pool, sustainable salaries. That's really good. And
what do you think Capcom, or what do you think has to happen for that to happen? Do you think Capcom has to do something?
No, Capcom's already doing a lot. I think that it's the players that need to make it interesting for the casuals to come in and watch and want to play the game. That builds up the crowd, that builds up more sales for the game, and then, you know, just overall makes everything bigger and better. So.
Are we talking rivalries here? You got anything in mind?
It could be anything. Interesting play styles, personalities, rivalries, you know, anything's cool. So.
That totally makes sense to me, for sure. Okay, so system-wide mechanics, getting a little technical here, but system-wide mechanics, do you feel like there's anything that should change or come back or evolve in terms of system-wide mechanics?
I think they should still reduce the lag a little bit more.
Okay.
They already reduced it, but I feel like a lot of players are limited because there's still a lot of noticeable lag. So that would be nice. More transparency. I would hope Capcom to communicate more with what's going on, their process. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
Makes sense. I want to ask you, because I saw a tweet from you about, I think you said who your favorite player is and you played them in Japan, but I just want to check. Who's your favorite player?
It's YHC Mochi. He's a Dawson player from Japan, and he's amazing. I admire his play. I got to play him in Japan. It was awesome. Had a good time.
And tell me, why is he your favorite player?
Well, I hate Dawson. I don't like the way he plays, but the way he plays him, it's so clean. Like, I don't know, his movement is really clean with Dawson, and it's hard to be contained and reserved with Dawson. He's always in control of his character. So it's really fascinating to watch that kind of person have that much control over a character like that.
That's awesome. I hate Dawson too, so I think it's amazing that you love the player so much and respect the player so much for playing that character, for being so good, I mean, sorry. Kolin has, brilliant segue. Kolin has just come out. What are your thoughts on Kolin? Strong, weak, would you ever play her?
I have no info on her. I haven't really played much of her. I haven't seen her much, so I don't have much to add.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Are there any more characters from previous Street Fighter games that you would like to see, or do you have your characters?
I think Skullomania was always a cool character, and Garuda, the guy with the spikes. I think he's cool too. But anyone in particular, not really. I think the Capra was a really annoying character for a lot of people, but I personally liked her style, so it'd be cool to see her too. But overall, I'm just taking what Capcom gives us. So.
I hate the Capra. I hope she never comes into the game. Are you playing any other fighting games at the moment?
No fighting games.
Are you playing any other games at the moment? No, he doesn't have to be competitive. Just like
Yeah. Like I'm trying to find games because I can't play Street Fighter for fun anymore. I had to, because like if I play a game like Final Fantasy or Battlefield, I'll feel like that time I'm using playing that game could be invested in Street Fighter, where I can make money, make a living.
Yeah. Do you if somebody's wants to get into fighting games, do you have anything that you would want to say to that person before they started playing?
They should find a character they like, but also a viable character who's not going to limit them their learning capabilities. Find a player that you enjoy watching, and then try to learn from them. And every time you lose, like you got to ask yourself why you lost. Don't make an excuse, say that the character's cheap, because that's only lying to yourself of the real problem. So I think that's really important as well.
That is solid, super solid advice. Why do you think you've been so dominant recently? Because I remember, you were dominant at the end of old Street Fighter 4, and then Street Fighter 5 came out. I'm not sure that you were in love with it at first, but we know that.
Couldn't find my character, that's all.
Yeah, that's fair. But did something click? Like, just tell me, like, why do you think you're so dominant right now? Are you gonna say something really, really horrible about everybody else?
I think I'd rather keep it to myself.
Okay.
But
all right.
I think the biggest thing is confidence. That's the biggest game changer. Is I started to believe in all my reads and telling myself that I'm gonna win. Because back then I would already lose at the character select screen. Like at Evo top 8, I had to play against GamerB. The whole night I was just stressing. Like, oh my god, who am I gonna use? Okay. I already lost. Like there's nothing else to it. So when I come to a tournament now, I look at all the players. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna beat him with this character. Here's the strategy I'm gonna use, and that's it. I don't think about it no more. So I think that has a big role into why I'm doing so well.
So it's a mindset change. That's really important, man.
Last year I did practice way too much, getting burnt out, getting bored. So I really changed my routine. So that helped.
That's really, to be honest, that's like really interesting to know that stuff, because I think there are a lot of top players who'll probably be watching this and will be thinking, shit, that's my issue. I'm burnt out.
Yeah, you can't get burnt out. You gotta have fun still.
You gotta have fun still. Yeah. Okay, so talking of fun, there's a lot of stuff going on this year, right? There's Eleague,
yes,
right? So have you looked at your group, and how do you feel about it? Who's going to offer you a big challenge?
Biggest challenge is Xiaohai. Xiaohai, Luffy, and Phenom are really like so.
Are you in the European group?
Yeah, I'm the European.
I didn't
group.
know that. Okay.
Yeah, so Xiaohai is gonna be the hardest, and then there's Phenom and Luffy who are, dominant in their region. So it's gonna be hard, but I hope to make it top 2 out of my group.
Okay, good. Well, I hope so too. Has your this is kind of a random question, but do you feel like your life is? I mean, I know FGC is not the biggest thing in the world, but at the same time, you've won a lot. You've won consistently, and you've won money, right? And you're young, right? Do you feel like? Do you feel like that all of this had a big impact on you?
Oh yeah, my life has changed so much. I was finally able to, because I've been poor all my life. My family from Vietnam, so they've always had to struggle for money. And growing up, raising 3 children with one job is not good. My dad, he did tiles, so his back's not doing too good. So, and then my family separated. My mom and dad separated, and my mom's disabled. So then we had no money at all. My dad out of the picture. My sister had to drop out of high school to get a full-time job to support us. So growing up, never had anything I wanted. Like, I didn't ask for it because I obviously knew we were broke. So when that happened, I was like, man, like, what can I do to help? And then that's when I discovered Dio versus Justin Long at Evo. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I was like, I could find something I like and support my family with it. So I'm just super fortunate to be able to support my mom, my family, and myself too. And yeah, it definitely changed my life a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And through this.
Yes,
So did you think that was, clearly, that's an amazing story. Did you believe that was going to be possible when you started doing this?
Well, I know it's possible because I see people living that life where they're living off video games. I just didn't know that I was capable of like getting there at a fast rate. So I don't know. It's very surprising still.
I think that's awesome, man. I think that's really amazing, and thank you for opening up about that and letting us know. So I wanted to ask you, I guess, 2 last questions because I know you're a busy man. The last one is Eleague Top 8 will be on Friday the 26th.
I think it's top 4.
Oh, is it?
I think it's top 4, yeah.
Either way, right? You make let's say you make top 4 of Eleague on Friday the 26th of May, right? Will you try to make it combo breaker? I don't know if it's possible. It might be possible to make it combo breaker.
Combo breaker is doing like a gamble system with their polls, so it's like random if I make it in Friday polls or Saturday polls. But most likely, I don't think I'm gonna go. Like I signed up just to see if I would get a Saturday poll, but if I don't get one, it's not a big deal. So.
See, I mean, I don't know. Rick runs it, and he's a very fair kind of guy and all that sort of stuff, so he probably won't make exceptions. But
yeah, it's admirable. So
I personally would think for the spectators, this is my own personal point of view, and not repping anybody here right now. I'm just saying I personally think that if somebody makes top 8 at Eleague or top 4, it would be kind of cool if they could make combo breaker late pools on Saturday. Just saying.
That would be kind of crazy.
That would be kind of crazy. So, is there anything? Oh, you know what? I think you already told me this before the interview. But is there anything that you wish I'd asked you, or is there any topic that comes to mind where you're like, I kind of want to talk about this a little bit?
Let's talk about Punk.
Oh, we're going to talk about Punk? Okay, yes, let's talk about Punk. All right. Okay,
So,
tell me about Punk.
This kid is destroying everyone, right?
Yeah.
But I think if we play, it's gonna be heavily favored towards me. I think I'm gonna beat him 3-0. I think so. So I don't want him to lose to anyone else. I really want him to make it to me so I can destroy him. If he loses to someone else, I'm gonna be super mad. But I want him to come to me so I can destroy him and show him that I'm the best.
All right. So, I mean, even if it doesn't happen now, it's gonna happen some point in the future.
He's a really good player, so he's gonna make it to me eventually. He's gotta make it to me. I don't have to go to him.
He's crazy aggressive, so I feel like
Yeah, his offense is very beautiful to watch. I know he's gonna give me crap for complimenting his playstyle because we talk a lot, but his playstyle is really beautiful to watch. It's like Bonchan, but offense. You know, Bonchan was neutral, Fireball game was just immaculate. The Punk his offense is just really clean. So.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
I know how to exploit him. I know what to do.
Oh, you do. I think you've already been playing mind games with him because I'm sure I saw him post something about you sent him 40 cents. And I don't know if
we were
I don't know
playing,
what that is. Is that like an in-joke or something?
No. So I asked him could he buy Battlefield 4 so we could play with each other because I'm so bored. And then he only had like $4 and something cents, so he needed 40 cents in his PayPal. So I sent him 40 cents.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's why he said you're so kind. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah, but besides competition, we're really cool. He bought me dinner right when we got here. So, I mean, competition.
Unlike somebody else we know.
Oh, shoot. let's not go there. We're having a good time.
Well, you know, whatever. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But now you're the champ, so you can buy dinner anyway.
Yes.
Do people expect that of you now?
I've had some friendships end.
Yeah.
Some family members asking for money that I haven't talked to in years,
Yeah.
saying they love me. I was like, man, stop.
Okay.
So, I mean, back then, it would be hard for me to say no, but now I can see bullshit when I see it. So
you're growing up, basically. Have you got have you got some mentorship in your life? Like, do you have people that you look up to who help you?
Yeah, my uncle's pretty successful. He buys houses and he fixes them up and resells them for double the price.
Okay.
So if I win another big tournament, I'm definitely gonna invest in real estate. I think. Oh, Lap Chi helps me a lot too. He super successful guy and he's helping me a lot, giving me pointers on what I should do, and I'm super grateful for him as well.
It's good to hear that you're getting that support.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna end. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to you for this interview.
Shout outs to you for this interview.
Shout out to Team Liquid, always supporting me. And shout out to you guys for always supporting me as well. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much.
right, so there you have it, guys. Thank you, NuckleDu. Good luck, and peace out, guys.